Hello and welcome to Writer Rant, author advice in 5 minutes or less because I have to get back to writing and so do you. So today, for this week, I'd like to talk a little bit about inattentive characters, right? So these are characters that I've found are kind of a rare instance, and if anything, they're kind of more of a peculiar element of a newer writer, a writer who really hasn't had much experience yet. So what I'm talking about here when I talk about inattentive characters is the characters who, for whatever reason, just aren't paying attention to the other characters around them. So, you really don't, in our real lives, yeah, there's a realism to, we don't often catch what someone's saying, so, we're like, huh, could you repeat that? But that facet of reality doesn't need to be in our writing. I mean, you control, as the writer, you control the universe. You can have people hear what other people are saying. You don't have to have people repeat things. Because when your characters repeat things and your readers have to read those repetitions, it's like, oh, well, the readers were paying attention. Why wasn't the character paying attention? That can get really annoying really quick, especially if it's like a character quirk or a character trait that you want to have in one of your characters, because then that way it's like, okay, so every time I interact with this character, I'm gonna have to hear them have stuff explained to them twice? Like, oh man, that is not fun to read. I mean, you can do it once or twice, like if it's really loud in the setting where the people are at, but, if they're just not paying attention, it's like, man, that's really annoying. And, I've only seen it once, and it was in a book I really didn't like overall as it was, but it was just kind of one of those things that added to kind of this, oh man, why would you do that? Why would you have characters who aren't paying attention? Because it's like, there is some amount of disbelief that we can have where it's like, oh hey, everyone hears what everyone's saying at all times, no matter how far away they are. Usually that's kind of the other extreme of it, and you don't want to do that too much. But in the same sense, it's like, yeah, you can't, just being repetitive and redundant in your writing, that's something you don't want to ever do. Yeah, because if your readers are essentially reading the same thing over and over again, they'll get bored. They'll get bored really quick. And so one way to keep your readers engaged is to, again, not repeat yourself. And if your characters need that repetition in order to hear something because they weren't paying attention, yeah, that's just, I don't know how else to tell you to just not do that. And so have your characters pay attention, and you control your universe, so make sure that you are as concise and as just tight in your writing as you can be. So, about your readers, I've obviously only seen this in one place. Have you ever read a book that had characters that just weren't paying attention, that they had to have stuff repeated to them? Drop a comment below, and maybe we'll get a collection here of these types of characters. And if you're annoyed by that, or annoyed by something else, or if you're a writer and you're annoyed by some part of the process, drop a comment below and maybe I'll get to it in a future episode. And thanks for watching this episode of Writer Rant. I'm Benjamin M. Weilert.